it's more like, and I made it more like,
Hey everyone, Parks Owsley with the Shotcaller. I'm joined by Sjokz. Thank you so much for doing the interview. I'm joined by the best host I've heard at All-Stars right now, better than Dash. How did that happen? How did you pass him up?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to say. It just happened. To be completely fair, we wanted to do this gag where we were like one-upping each other because I think people sometimes think that there's tension between us because we kind of do the same job when that isn't the case at all. So if you did, it's all jokes. I love Dash. We love working together. It's all good. And we also have a third host, of course, in Tyler. So yeah, but I'm still the best. No.
Well, so you did just win the game awards as well.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Did you expect to win that? How did that happen?
Not really, to be completely honest, because as always, esports is really big, and there are so many very talented people. Like Golden Boy was also on that list, just to name one. Like it's absolutely crazy, and I was super surprised. I know it was a bit of fan voting, so I didn't want to bombard everyone and be like, come vote for me every single day. I did just drop a couple of in, so I'm very happy that it happened in the end. So yeah, it's always nice to get recognition for what you do.
Yeah, congratulations, of course, on that. And it has been entertaining here. You all are great, so we really appreciate all of that hard work. I know they're long days for you guys.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the LEC a little bit, because that's been really fun and crazy.
Yeah.
There's a rebrand, it's not the same name. There's also a bunch of crazy roster swaps.
Yeah.
So in general, what are your thoughts about the rebranding, the roster swaps, all of that?
I am, in general, super excited. I think as a lot of the fans, even though I was in a lot of the workshops and stuff, when everything came out, I was like, holy moly, this is all very different. I don't know if I like this, I do like this, but I love it now that I've gotten some time to process it. I love the shapes and the colors of the rebrand. I like that we look distinctly different from any other league in the ecosystem, which is cool because that's something that as European LCS we had been fighting for a little bit. We always get equated with any LCS, and it's normal because we just started at the same time. We had the same name. Everyone's going to compare. But now, and I think it showed already last year that we tried to make some distinct changes in the broadcast to make it feel a bit different. So I'm really happy. This is a step in the right direction. And the teams, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, of course, the Caps thing, then also Gorilla coming to Misfits. I'm glad that a lot of teams have taken a lot of risks and didn't just kind of recycle everyone that was already there. Nothing against a lot of those people, but it's always fun to see people going like, okay, let's give Humanoid a chance. Let's give Nemesis a chance. Let's shake things up drastically. I love it.
It's going to be exciting for sure. I'm interested to see how all of the rosters change out because, of course, right now they're only on paper.
Yeah.
And so, Misfits, everyone's like, oh, they're going to be so good. We got to make sure that they work out. So that'll be really fun.
I mean, I also am inclined to say Misfits, they look crazy. Like everything, they also made a lot of changes around the actual team that's playing, So I feel like they're going to be the team to beat. But as you say, you never know. It might, and Perks is AD carry, and he's great in solo queue, but what's going to happen when he's have to play that week after week versus all the best AD carries in the league? I don't know. I hope things get crazy again, so yeah.
So many question marks, very exciting. Yeah. And franchising, of course, is just very big for the region.
Partnerships.
Yes. So you also have kind of a fun career change as well, or upgrade, I would say. How excited are you for all of that?
Well, I would be careful with the word upgrade because I love what I do, and it's always been awesome to work for Riot because everything is they're really good at what they do when it comes to making these shows. I mean, I don't think anyone can argue that the weekly broadcasts are some of the best in esports. So it was a big step for me to say okay, you know what? I'm gonna do some other stuff. But I think after 7 years of almost just covering League, I also just want to try some other things, and that's not because I don't like this. I want to do as much League as possible, but I also just want to see what's out there, do totally different things. That could be games, that could be a conference of something that I know nothing about, that I have to study up on, meeting a lot of new people, and having a bit more freedom, and also just the League schedule is pretty intense. I think you've noticed it also in the last couple of months. And, sometimes I just want to be able to say, no, I'm not going because I want to, attend this wedding or see these people that I haven't seen in so long. So it's about, growing up a little bit and making some more of my own choices. So I'm hyped.
And that's such a big question, too, right now is should players be grinding 100% or should they also take free time? Should they also play Fortnite? All of these things.
Yeah.
And it's something I also talked to Tierwolf about. He's coming to the LEC, and he's been a veteran for a long time, and he said just kind of the newness and the new people and everything else is just fun.
Yeah, you need to change it up. I agree with you also on the grind. I think we've heard it from a couple of pros, especially like for instance the LPL and the LCK. They had the Asia Games also this year, and like, everything was crazy. I feel for those guys because it's intense, and you can't really say stop because you're in it. And then there's this whole, well, you're lucky to be in this, but sometimes you got to take some time for yourself, indeed. So yeah, we'll see how that evolves. I mean, I have something in the back of my head that I'll end up working even more because I just like it, but. Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk next year. I'll let you know how it went.
And there is, of course, even if you're working more, you're choosing to, which is always nice.
Yeah, that's true. But of course, when those big dates come up for League, of course I want to be there. That there's no question to that. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, we're still very excited to have you, of course.
Thank you.
And so, Europe this year obviously did amazingly.
Yeah.
They were so close to winning it all. I mean, they were one series away from winning it all. So how does Europe kind of beat this year? I mean, there is a lot of changing going on, but what can they do to kind of top this?
Dude, it's like, because a lot of people are like, oh, so now it's set, like C9 got this far, Europe did great, this is how it's going to be. And we all know that's not true. That's wishful thinking because so many things just slotted in the right place. Vitality, crazy. And they also happen to have the teams that didn't react well to the way they like to play, and that worked for them. The luck of the draw is always a thing, so a lot has to fall in place for things to happen the way they did now. However, when I look at the changes that NA and EU made alike, I think both of them had this idea of, we're not going to settle for less than the best. We're going to try and make these changes so that we can be competitive in both the leagues and at the international stage. So I'm hopeful. I don't have anything to complain about. Europe always does fine or good or very good. We have a good pedigree in that regard, and I don't see it getting worse, but this was exceptional. This year was exceptional. I mean, getting to a world final for any team, I mean, if you're not LPL or LEC, it is incredibly difficult, right? But yeah, hopefully we can do it again.
It's definitely something that I'm curious to see, especially with SKT, the super team,
they're
and just
gonna be insane. Yeah, that's
the rage of the LCK.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. I think we're going to go back to like a complete reset. They're just going to smash everyone this year. And then, woulda, coulda, shoulda. We don't know. We don't know. Let's see. Wishful thinking.
But yeah, getting beaten in your own region, not making it to the finals is...
Also, by the way, I think everyone's also happy that SKT is back and that Faker is still there. Like, that redemption arc is going to be insane no matter what. So, yeah.
Definitely excited for that. So, for you then, I would love to see kind of a reflection back on 2018.
Sorry, I'm just...
Yeah, there's so much going on.
No kills yet.
Reflect back on 2018 a little, kind of your growth there, kind of maybe your favorite moments of the year and what you kind of expect for yourself in 2019 and what you're most looking forward to.
Well, you already said it, highlights, Worlds, everything that happened at Worlds. One of my highlights also was getting to work with Avilie, because for so long it's been just me, as like the main interviewer for the English broadcast for the international events. And then of course she did wonderful things in NALCS as well. So it was really cool to have like another friend that was doing the same thing that I could learn from and that was teaching me things, and just her excitement. Also, she just became a great friend of mine, so that's a personal highlight. And I also think, last year I had a bit of, when you do things for a very long time and a lot of things are the same, you don't want to get complacent, but sometimes it sneaks in. And I definitely felt that last year. And I was like, okay, how are we going to make this fresh? How can I improve? And then this year in EULCS, we like switched everything up. We abandoned analyst desk post-game. Like, nobody even noticed it. And we invested in these pre-games. And I took some heavy monologues and some delivery, something that I look up to Dash a lot for. He's great at those things. And I just took the plunge and tried some of those things. But just the realization that you can always improve and you can always learn and not to get complacent and just keep going. I had a big boost. I learned a lot this year, and I hope it continues for next year.
Of course, and I'm excited to see what you can kind of pull out, getting to choose events and taking some time off.
Yeah.
So, another thing I'm curious about is if you are looking at adding on being kind of a dancer as well in your free time. How much are you looking at learning for the KDA dance?
As background, I used to dance a lot, but this is a long time ago. This is, without saying too much, it's like, 15 years ago or whatever, I would dance like 6-7 hours per week. I would do some ballet, some jazz, some hip hop, some everything. So I had like a base, which I actually don't think I did a very good job on the KDA dance because it's more like, and I made it more like, whatever. But I miss it a lot. And I think this is one of the things when you grow up, you have to give up certain things. For me, that was dancing when I went to university and then started working. But I'd love to do more of it. I mean, if there's more dances next year, maybe the choreographers can teach me some of it. But we should leave it to the professionals. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Anything else you want to say about the All-Star event? Any like fun people you've gotten to meet? I know the streamers are here.
Yeah,
normally you just meet pros, but
yeah. I mean, it's kind of you meet the pros, but they are completely different. Like Faker is just happy all the time. Not that he is not happy, but obviously everyone's very stressed. Usually, like everyone's just having fun, meeting people. There's like the MasterCard Lounge. You have like the massage and then the paintings and an open bar. So choose your poison. Yeah, this is the influencer in the pro players. I think it's really focused on making their event chill because it's still an ask, They probably also want to rest a bit and then they fly out to wherever, in this case Vegas. So I feel like they're enjoying it. I also think this is a step in the right direction. All-Star is like a fickle beast. It's like nobody knows what it should be, and there's parts of everything that's good, and people also like to say that they hate it, but they love certain moments of it. So it's definitely a mixed bag. I like this one. I like the fact that we include more influencers because they are such a big part of our game. So I hope continuing that goes, and I'd love to play like in the tandem mode or something next year. But yeah, so Riot, please.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I do think this is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I agree. I like the funness. I think it is less like work because people are having to take more time to be here.
Yeah, and you're not getting flamed. I mean, maybe, hopefully, if you're bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Yeah. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I appreciate it. Enjoy the last day in Vegas, the last night.
Will do. Thank you.
And good luck this year.
Thank
Excited to see what you have.
You too. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you next time.